Good evening. We're coming to you live from the Human Error News Network. Tonight, a special report. We're digging into the hidden risks, the tiny fractures buried deep inside the systems that you and I rely on every single day. And the threat? Well, it's a lot closer than you think.
So let me ask you this. What if one single misplaced file, just one corrupted line of data, or even one brief moment of human distraction could bring an entire nation's transportation network to a complete and utter standstill?
I wish this was just a movie plot, but it's not. This is a very real threat that hangs over our infrastructure every single day. And the scariest part, the potential for a total catastrophe is actually built right into the systems that are supposed to be keeping us all safe.
To really get how a massive system can be so fragile, we've got to start small. We have to start with the human element. And it all begins with a feeling. A feeling I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know that feeling, right? That ice-cold drop in your stomach when you realize you messed up. You hit reply all on that email, you missed one tiny critical detail in a huge report. For just a split second, your whole world just stops. Okay, now I want you to imagine that exact feeling, but magnified 1,000,000 times over.
So take that personal sinking feeling of panic, and now let's apply it to our entire national airspace. Because right now, we are all just passengers in a system that, according to the experts, is pretty much running on fumes.
Just how outdated are we talking? Well, the former head of the FAA, Brian Bedford, he didn't mince words. He said flat out, our national airspace system is analog. Think about that. In a world that runs on digital everything, our skies are still being managed with technology that, in some places, literally relies on little paper flight strips and old-school copper wires.
And if that's not concerning enough, another industry leader put it even more bluntly, calling it a system held together by shoestring and duct tape. We're talking about the network that manages thousands of flights and millions of lives every single day. This isn't just old, it's dangerously fragile.
So what on earth does it take to fix a system this massive and this critical? Well, the number is just staggering. 10 million. 10 million labor hours spread across more than 4,600 locations all over the country. It's an absolutely monumental effort to overhaul this thing before one tiny error creates an unthinkable disaster.
Okay, so how do you possibly fix a system that's so vulnerable to simple human error? You might think the answer is to just get rid of the human. But the real answer, the one they're actually using, is way more interesting. It's not about replacing the pilot. It's about building a much, much better co-pilot.
This solution revolves around a concept called the human-AI hybrid paradigm. Now, this isn't about some AI taking over and calling the shots. No way. It's all about creating this integrated unit where you combine the incredible judgment and intuition that only a human has with the raw computational power and tireless attention to detail of an AI.
And this diagram here, it shows us exactly how this partnership works. See how the human operator is right there in the center. They're talking directly with the AI, which is constantly learning from this enormous database of past experiences. The AI can analyze everything and recommend the safest decision, but, and this is key, the final action, the final call, always comes from the human. They're one team. The AI is the co-pilot, not the pilot.
And look, this isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was asked point-blank if AI was going to replace air traffic controllers. His answer? It was as blunt and as clear as it gets. This right here confirms the entire philosophy behind this massive project. This is all about making human experts even better, not trying to replace them. So, if the human is always the one in control, what exactly is this new AI co-pilot doing? Well, let's take a look at the incredible new tools being put into the hands of controllers. Tools that essentially help them see into the future. This comparison really says it all. It's a tale of two completely different worlds. On the left, you've got the old way. Controllers just reacting to little blips on a radar screen, physically tracking planes with literal strips of paper. On the right, you have the future. A predictive system where AI can run thousands of what-if scenarios to spot a potential problem hours or even days before it could ever happen. So what does this AI co-pilot do in practice?
Well, it's predicting weather patterns and air traffic months ahead of time. It's flagging potential system overloads long before they become a crisis. It gives controllers this amazing power to simulate their decisions and see the consequences play out before they make a move. And what this really does is it frees up their brain power to focus on what humans do best, making those critical life or death safety decisions, all while keeping them deeply engaged and preventing them from just zoning out.
Now, this whole thing isn't just about air traffic control. This massive, nationwide project actually gives us a powerful blueprint. You can take these exact same principles and apply them to error-proof the high-stakes work you do every day.
So here it is, your 3-step checklist, pulled directly from the FAA's playbook. Step 1, detect. You have to find the parts of your own workflow where simple repetition and fatigue create the biggest risks. For the FAA, it was those paper flight strips. Step 2, support. Bring in tools that act as a co-pilot for you. Just like that new AI software supports controllers by running all those what-if scenarios. And step 3, this is the most important one, empower. You have to make sure the human expert, you, always has the final say. That's the bedrock principle of this entire FAA modernization.
So tonight, we've seen how a system that was on the brink of failure is being redesigned, not to eliminate human skill, but to amplify human judgment. That concludes this special report from the Human Error News Network.
But it leaves us with one final and really crucial question to think about. We're creating these absolutely incredible tools to back us up, to support our decisions and catch our mistakes. But what happens when the error isn't in the software, but in us? What happens when our own hidden biases become the one bug in the system that we just can't patch?